In 1966, nearly 100,000 people flocked to the small town of Wagram, North Carolina, to celebrate Scotland Mill's newest textile facility, the Crandall plant. For the grand opening, the owners built an entire town inside the complex. The size of 2 football fields, the hand-built Main Street displayed all kinds of textiles, even fabric used in the Gemini space capsule. Scotland Mills brought badly needed jobs and new resources, including a credit union that for many years would be called the Scotland Credit Association. Betty Burrows began working at the Crandall plant when it opened in 1966. The plant made towels and terry cloth.
It was great. It was a small department. It was in the screen printing where they printed towels. They printed designs on towels. And they were beautiful the way they could do it and everything, but it had to be just exactly right.
Betty's husband Max also worked at the plant and ran a Barber Coleman warper, a machine that prepares yarn for weaving.
It has the big yarn, hundreds and hundreds of threads on it, and it comes on a great big beam. Well, that's what he ran, and I had to put the creel in the back of it, and I had to match the colors up. If they had a pattern, then I had to follow the pattern to make sure that the yarn stayed the same colors.
At a time before families commonly used savings tools like IRAs, the credit union helped employees to save for the future.
And we also had a Christmas savings, and the people would save their money all year round to do maybe for Christmas, or if they wanted to save for a car, then that would give them a big down payment.
So we loaned to people basically not on credit scores, but on their tenure with the company and their character. And so we were able to loan people money that could not have qualified for a loan elsewhere. One of the things that really made me feel good when I first got into the credit union business was helping people to buy a car. And many, many times we could get that car for that member at several $1,000s below what the dealer was trying to charge them for it.
Most of the plant's employees took advantage of having a credit union nearby for savings and loans, even after another textile company, J.P. Stevens, bought the Crandall plant in 1974.
The interesting thing was that 97% of the employees of J.P. Stevens were members of the credit union. So it was a tight-knit group. Everybody participated. Most folks had loans. Basically, all the loans got repaid, too.
In the late 80s and into the 90s, the textile industry began to shrink. The already economically depressed Scotland County, with a poverty rate of 18.7% in 1989, higher than the statewide poverty rate of 12.8%, faced the downsizing and eventual exit of the textile industry. Employees held on to hope that their jobs would continue.
You know, we came in one day and they had this big old meeting and they said, hey, you know, we're sorry, the plant is going to close. And, you know, and at that time, back then, I was actually in the process getting ready to, you know, try to buy me a house. And I just said, oh no, can't do that now.
Melissa David began working at Scotland Credit Association in 1999.
When the textile industries kind of phased out, it affected people in the plant because like jobs just started to phase out. It caused a lot of people to get behind, you know, on their loans. They were accustomed to having a loan payment just drafted from their payroll check. So that's an easy way to take a payment because you don't miss it. It's gone before you get it. So therefore, to not have a job and not have income to live on unemployment, it wasn't enough income to make those needs. So a lot of times we had to do modifications for loans and things like that to kind of help people get on track. Of course, during the time, you know, people lost vehicles and defaulted on loans, but we worked with them the best we could.
I guess it was 99 when we moved out of their offices and built our own building because we could sort of see that we needed to diversify ourselves. We needed to have members other than just employees of J.P. Stevens.
The credit union converted to a community charter, renamed Scotland Community Credit Union, allowing the larger Scotland County community to become members.
But once we became a community charter, we were involved with actually going to the housing authority and doing seminars on credit issues and trying to help people with educating them on their credit issues, those types of things to kind of help the community grow and to create, ownership opportunities.
Our merger with Self-Help was better for members because we were a small credit union. And I think at that time we were probably about maybe $5 to $6 million in assets. There was lots of credit unions around still at that time that were smaller than us, but it was really, really hard to do the kind of things that our members wanted. Our members wanted credit cards. Our members wanted debit cards. They wanted ATM machines. And it was just really, really hard to offer those kinds of services on an asset base of $5 million.
Now, with a building close to the heart of Laurinburg in Scotland County, Scotland Community Credit Union continues its legacy as part of Self-Help. The credit union serves local members and workers and provides resources to business owners and homeowners like Eva Hines, who now works at an employment services company.
Well, I'm in my own home now, and that is a plus. Self-Help has really helped me out tremendously. I'm just looking forward to, making this house mine, making it feel like me.